became America because Hollywood led it to its future, taking its hand in the dark, the smell of popcorn in the air, palm trees 50 feet tall on the screen, the promise of a pretty girl's kiss yet to come. All seduction and all as real as light, penetrating celluloid. But that's big screen stuff. Now, as movies are once again under siege, this time not from television, but from what we're now calling digital media, we can turn to Friedrich to help us figure out what's next. No doubt something transformative and greedy and hilarious and strange. We know the past isn't dead. But thanks to City of Nets, Ronald Reagan is eternally bedridden and delirious before a grim Newt Rockney, Sunset Boulevard is always a grimy thrill, and the fire just about to consume the city, the match that's been waiting to ignite since Nathaniel West struck the tinder in 1939, is still waiting for the perfect light. Glenn David Gould is the author of the novels Sunnyside and Carter Beats the Devil. Introduction. In 1939, the year of Gone with the Wind, of Ninotchka, of Wuthering Heights, and The Wizard of Oz, the leading movie makers of Hollywood could with some justification regard themselves as conquering heroes. The assorted film studios, which really produced nothing but a series of flickering images, had by now become the nation's 11th largest industry. They created some 400 new movies every year, attracted more than 50 million Americans to the theater every week, and grossed nearly $700 million annually. Just a decade later, Hollywood was in a shambles, its biggest studios losing money, its celebrities embroiled in charges of communist influence, its audiences turning to television. And a community that had once taken in newcomers as diverse as William Faulkner, Alfred Hitchcock, and Thomas Mann, now drove away anyone who disturbed its conventions or aroused its fears. Away with Charlie Chaplin, Ingrid Bergman, Orson Welles. This is the story, then, of a great empire built out of dreams of glamour, dreams of beauty, wealth, and success, and of that empire's sudden decline and fall. It is a social and cultural history of Hollywood during the decade of upheaval from the start of World War II to the start of the Korean War. Some marvelous movies were created during these years. Citizen Kane, for example, The Maltese Falcon, Double Indemnity, All About Eve. And not only movies. Mann's Dr. Faustus was written here, and so was Brecht's Galileo, Stravinsky's Rake's Progress. And then, scarcely 10 years after David Selznick had triumphantly opened Gone with the Wind, he was walking along a deserted street at dawn and saying to a companion, "Hollywood's like Egypt, full of crumbling pyramids. It'll never come back. It'll just keep on crumbling until finally the wind blows the last studio prop across the sands." Hollywood has survived, of course, but everything has changed since the decay of the great studios. Filmmaking is taught in universities now, and the white-haired survivors of the Golden Age are cajoled into telling their stories to young interviewers with tape recorders. Is this book then just another exercise in nostalgia? No. I would like to try something quite different, starting with an unorthodox new rule. No more interviews. Surely there is no one of any importance in Hollywood, dead or alive, who has not been interrogated over and over again. And in no other field of history, not in Hitler's Berlin or Roosevelt's Washington, have so many interviews grown into so many ghost-written autobiographies. These works include not only major figures like Chaplin or DeMille, but even such ephemeral talents as Jackie Cooper and Veronica Lake. In other cases, Barbara Leaming's Orson Welles, for example, or Mel Gusso's Life of Darrell F. Zanuck,